Today, as a part of the video sessions for the BCom first semester Business Organization subject, in the Unit 4, we will go for the learning of the fundamental concepts of the electronic commerce, e-commerce, which is renownedly called as e-commerce. As we all know that under the arena of information revolution arena or era, in comparison to the past days, today the commerce has become more vibrant and became extensively applied through the electronic platforms. And in the context of using the electronic forms of marketing or commerce, today in the advent of the pandemic era, also we are observing everything goes on online, everything goes on electronic format. So in this context, as a student of commerce, as a student of management, as a student of business studies, it is also must for all of us to learn about what is the e-commerce or the electronic commerce. If you observe, the electronic commerce is trading in products or services using computer networks such as internet. Very simple. Generally, commerce consists of trading, buying and selling. What? The products. Then what is a product? Product may be a physical good, product may be a service, or product may be an idea, or the product may be a combination of all these three. Now coming to the question, how the products will be delivered to the end user or for ultimate consumption. Then in the olden days, we used to go for the transaction through a retail market, retail store. But now the digital front or the internet or the online has made us to have a direct access between the manufacturer or the marketer to the customer. And in the case of this direct connectivity, the role of internet or the role of e-commerce platforms or the e-business platforms have been much and much increasingly used as of today. So, what is e-commerce? E-commerce is a trade. It is also a trade. But how the trade is performed for the trading of products and services using the computer networks such as the internet. Today we are all very much experiencing that. In the case of want of any product or any service, we will be going for searching in the internet through various search engines and then find out and directly access the particular service provider or the product provider or the marketer or the supplier, and then we will go for our order, and when the order is placed and all other features have been completed successfully, the product will be delivered to our end for the ultimate consumption. So on the overall look of the nature of the e-commerce, we have here certain buzz areas which are having widely being used for the successful conduct of the e-commerce activity. What are those? Mobile commerce, electronic fund transfer, supply chain management, internet marketing, online transaction processing, electronic data interchange, electronic inventory management. Generally, if you observe, the same things what we were doing earlier in the case of doing the business transactions, all of them, all the functionary areas are supposed to be performed here also. But the basic difference here is everything in the manner of electronic version. For example, we want a product. When we want a product, generally we will go for the information, where it is available, who is going to sell the product or manufacture the product, and how we can purchase the product and how to use that product. and how much the quantity is and how much the price is, and so on and so forth. What are the general features or the physical features and the quality concepts of that particular product. Now everything, the total product information is available on online, internet or electronic version. Henceforth, the commerce what we do will, with the help of the electronic formats, is renownedly known as e-commerce or the electronic commerce, mobile commerce. If you do the business, if the business is being performed through a mobile or over phone, that comes under the mobile commerce. In the earlier days, when there was the telephonic network connectivity, the marketing was done on the basis of telephonic marketing. Then it was called as telephone commerce. As and when the mobility has become more and more, the access of mobile has been there, automatically that has left for the formation of the mobile commerce. Commerce done through or executed through using the mobile platform. Now coming to electronic fund transfer. When once there is a need for us to purchase any product or a service, there is a need to pay something. And how you go for the payment of them? In the earlier days we used to use the currency transaction in a physical manner. Now as it is an electronic version, there is a need to send the fund also through electronic means. Henceforth, the concept of electronic fund transfer, which is renownedly called as EFT, that has been made. The next one is supply chain management. If you observe that how the product is being produced, how the product is supplied to the marketer, and how the marketer goes for the management of the supply chain from the manufacturing end to the consumption end, that has been done earlier also, even today also, but in the form of e-supply chain management, electronic supply chain management. Next, internet marketing. Then what is marketing? Marketing is the process of the delivery of standard of living, which is the definition is given by a famous marketing management philosopher, Paul Mazur. And according to Philip Kotler, marketing is a systematic process of planning, organizing and directing and ultimately delivering the goods to the or services to the ultimate end user. So if you use it through internet sources, it will come under the internet marketing. And for doing internet marketing, there is a need for us to processing everything on the online arena. Henceforth, the online transaction processing is must-and ought. The order is placed online, the acceptance and the acknowledgement is provided online, and ultimately the delivery or the means of delivery and the possible date of delivery all have been processed on the online version, what we call it as online transaction processing. And then electronic data interchange, the data which needs to be exchanged not only between the manufacturer and the marketer, but also between the manufacturer and the customer, as well as the marketer and the customer, and from customer to the marketer. Henceforth, there is a need to imbibe the concept of electronic data interchange between and among the various parties involved in the commerce activity. That comes under the electronic data interchange. And the next last one is what we call it as electronic inventory management. There was earlier stocking of the goods, and the marketer or the manufacturer has to go for counting or accounting of the inventory at various levels. But here the electronic inventory management that makes the manufacturer to go for a on the time assessment of the requirements as per the demand and the supply, and henceforth there was a need on the part of the managing the inventory management on the part of the electronic version, that comes under the electronic inventory management. Now you will be having a overall observation of what actually the nature of the electronic commerce, as well as what are the various elements which are being put together in a combinated manner without any hassle and hassle free components should be imbibed in the concept of executing a successful and efficient and effective way of the commerce through electronic platform. Now, after overall learning of the concepts, now we can go for how as a nature of it will be comprising. If you observe here, there are three things. One is the e-markets. Now the markets have become electronic markets. Then what is a market? Market is a place where the buyers and sellers interact. Now how the buyers and sellers are interacting? How the producer and the marketer is interacting, and that led for the concept of electronic version. So the markets have become now electronic markets, e-markets. And how the commerce is being done? With the help of the exchange of data. But how it is exchanged? In the form of electronic version. Henceforth, the concept of EDI, electronic data interchange or interface, has been created here. And why, for what purpose these two are being done? These two are being done for executing the commerce. On what basis? Through the channels of internet, through the medium of internet. Then what is an internet? Internet is a network of networks, which is called as a network of networks. Generally, there are some networks. For example, we have a computer in our house which is called as a PC or a laptop, then which is not connected to any other network, which is called as a general desktop or a general computer. For example, we have annexed with some other computers in your local area that has come from LAN, local area network. When once one local area network has been annexed to several other local area networks, it will come under WAN, wide area network. And when more wide area networks have been connected to some other wide area networks, it will come under SWAN, state wide area network or regional wide area of network. When all such state wide area networks have been put together and which has been accessing for a overall level of management of the networks, that comes under GAN, Global Area Network. And the global area network, which is famously or renownedly known as WWW, World Wide Web, and which is nothing but internet. So the combination of several intranets connected together globally will be a position to call it as WWW, World Wide Web or the internet. So now what the electronic commerce is going to function? The electronic commerce is supposed to be functioned with the help of WWW or GAN, Global Area Network, global access through networks at the global level, and that is nothing but internet. So the electronic commerce is a part of the internet commerce, is one of the main area of the internet commerce. That's why the electronic commerce nowadays has become more and more easier and highly and heavily depending upon the internet accessibility and internet oriented commerce actions and activities. Henceforth, the electronic commerce, which is also be called as web based marketing, web based commerce. Henceforth, electronic commerce is a main concept today, and because of the creation of the place utility, creation of the time utility, and creation of several other benefits to the marketer as well as the consumer, there is an utmost need of performing digitally the commerce on the electronic platforms. Henceforth, we call it as, and we have to learn on the part of the electronic commerce. Tomorrow, we'll go for better understanding of other activities. Thank you.